welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Welcome to the live chat. Let's see if I click on that. Live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Learn more. All right, so welcome to Christian Painters Live. We're on a commercial building exterior. You can see where I've power washed. I was here late last night doing all this power washing. Okay, you see all that loose caulking right there? All that's about to come out of there, and then I will come back and re-caulk it all in. Here's a good example. Anything that looks anything like this has to come out. Stuff like this, probably not. I will be able to caulk that. But stuff like this, I just have to tug on it with my putty knife. That's this thing. I got a new one because I wore my other one out, and so this is a bigger one. I normally use this 3-inch for windows, scraping caulk around the windows. This does it a lot better than the smaller one. But this door here has already been scraped, so just got to do a little sanding on it. I need to talk to the customer about that E. I'm pretty sure we're going to go ahead and remove that so we can get the best finish possible. And then I'm going to prime these doors. So this is the agenda today. Is I've got to pull out all of this loose caulking here. Some right there. There's some that starts up there and goes all the way down here around that door and then up there. And then the bad part, this is the worst part of the building right here, is this. So that'll take a couple of efforts. That's probably about 4 or 5 tubes of caulk at $3 a tube. So there's that. There's a couple of more cracks. They're down here also. I'll go ahead and show you because I'm going, you're not going to see this part of the building. When I set up the camera, I'm going to be working over there, and then I'm going to save this shaded area for after that when the sun's over here on this side of the building. So all of this has been power washed. Same thing, I've got to come in here and pull out all of this loose caulking here like that. You can see here, I like a clean workspace. So all of the trash, I mowed this with my mower, and here's the remnants. So I've blown and swept and power washed all that trash. I've got to get some clippers to cut this back, so I'm going to try my best to do that. Also, those trees, that's a pecan tree, needs to come back a little bit. So the other things that I have to do today are these lintels. See that? 100% of that lintel will have to be scraped with that 5-in-1 tool and then primed with an oil-based enamel primer. So we're going to get an oil-based enamel primer on 3 lintels and 2 doors. This door's just been scraped a little bit, so we're going to prime it maybe 2 times down there. We're going to determine that after we apply one. Or I apply. I'm working by myself today, flying solo. Hello, Hans. You're looking bronze. Okay, so this side of the building, for what it's worth, this is power washed. I did that last night, and it's ready for paint. Challenge there, as you can see, there's no paint on this. So 2 coats of paint, Sherwin-Williams super paint. It'll make a huge difference, that's for sure. But it's maybe could use some primer. Cinder block brick, it's a trick. All right, so again, the rundown. I'm gonna pull out the loose caulk, re-caulk. I'm going to sand these doors, prime them. There's 2 doors. And then these garage doors here, they're the ones with the lintels at the top. So there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. That one in the middle being the worst. All right, so thank you for joining me today. I know this is about as exciting as watching paint dry, so I especially appreciate you. I want to say thank you to all my customers while I'm Well, I got a minute and can talk. I'm putting this on my stand. I've got a little stand here. And so now it's on my stand. So I want to say thank you to my customers because definitely I know it's rough out there for everybody. I've talked to a couple of customers. I've got one customer who has been trying to build a home during this pandemic over in far south Grand Prairie, 75054. And she does watch videos here also from time to time, so maybe if you see this, you know I'm definitely thinking about you, because she's been through the ringer with contractors, and you know it's just one second. All right, so yes, it has always been challenging. You know, it's, well, they say life ain't fair, all those things. So life has always been challenging. Kind of rigging up my stand here because it's on the front of the hood of my car. And I need it pointing up so that you can see it. Try a different method here. All right, that got us up there. That's where I need it. All right, so my customer building a home in South Grand Prairie has run into all kinds of challenges. I just talked to a friend who's actually been trying to get a hold of me for a couple of weeks. And it's crazy because my schedule is off the hook. I take care of my grandson, for anybody paying attention here, and if you didn't know. And that's impossible for anyone to really understand. What's that mean, you take care of your grandson? Well, I take care of my grandson by myself. He's now 3 years old. And I keep him 3 and 4 days a week, every week. And it takes everything that I've got. Okay, so there's that. And then I work. So then I work 3.5 days a week. You know, anyway, it's kind of crazy. While I'm complaining, I have a major shoulder injury. I've got a foot injury, and look at here, I burned myself with butter, blistered burns. It's gonna be okay. Any harder and I'd have been in trouble, but burned myself with butter last Wednesday, just cooking some eggs. All right, so yeah, I talked to a customer in Fort Worth, and she's already taken some estimates, and said that the estimates that she has. So if you're watching, hi, thanks for watching. But the estimates that she has taken are outrageous. And I explained to her, you know, no, they're not. They're standard. Everybody has raised their prices, just like, you know, the milk, just like butter, just like coffee. Oh my goodness, America's going to be in an uproar now. You raise your gas prices, that's one thing. Property taxes, that's another. But you raise the prices on coffee, woo, baby, you're fixing to see outrage. So anyway, yeah, that's standard. Everybody's raising their prices. Property taxes have increased. Everything's increasing. Everything. And it's not just by a little bit this time, it's by a whole lot. So thank you to everybody sitting by doing nothing. Yeah, everybody sitting by doing nothing. I'm just going to say it real fast. I'm going to get to work. The evidence is here. The tests have been run. The results are in. Government is not the solution. Government is the problem. When they're on the banker's payroll, it doesn't take any more, common sense than that. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'd love to have a conversation with anyone, because really that's what it's all about. I'm not perfect. I don't have the answers. I've got my own issues, just like we all do. But, I can have the conversation without being judgmental and biased and dramatic about it. I can have the conversation, and the conversation is real simple. Bankers, what's happening with our money? And that's always been the conversation. Follow the money, right? The golden rule. So let's have the conversation, because government, current politicians live off of banker money, something that you and I don't live off of. And that's a big problem, because the bankers get the money from you. So it's legal thievery, and we all know it is. So there's many conversations to have, and they're just conversations, so don't get your feelings hurt. But thank you for watching. I'm going to quit yakking and get to work. I got a lot of work to do. Right, so the idea is to not dig in and dig stuff out. That's really not going to help. What I'm doing here is running my scraper, this corner edge, in these cracks, a lot of fine line cracks here, and that reveals to me what's actually loose and where I need to spend time scraping. Because what I'm after is the loose. I knew it was loose. That'll help a lot. That made that crack last a couple more years for that repair. Once I put caulk in there. I brought the best, nothing but the best, 50-year caulking. Most people would put a 30-year caulking in this at $2 a tube. You can put a 40-year caulking in there for $2.50 a tube. And then finally, you can put 50-year caulking in here at $3 a tube. Actually, with tax and all, it's about $3.20. Hello again, and thank you to everyone watching. I know this is about as fun as watching paint dry. Watching me scrape. What I'm doing here is scraping out the loose caulking, and I'm going to go back and fill it in with a 50-year caulk. Again, I'm not digging out mortar or anything. What I do is I run that tool. They're called 5-in-1s. This is a 3-inch 5-in-1, and so I run this corner right here pretty much in every crack and see if anything's loose. Watching it with my eye and feeling it with my hands when needed tells me where there's loose caulking and loose mortar. So I'm only working on those areas, but this tool helps a lot. And I was talking about hiring contractors. You know, I don't know how to tell you, but since I pay more for gas, rent, milk, butter, coffee, paint, I pay more for paint. More for paint brushes, more for rollers, more for everything. Um, I am happy, elated to hear that other companies are charging have outrageous increases. Because I don't think their increases are outrageous. It just seems that way to the average homeowner. One of our challenges in this industry has always been, you know, not everyone is your customer. My ideal customer, I started my business in June of 1999. My ideal customer has always been South Arlington, Mansfield, those homes, you know, $200,000 plus. Now, 20 years later, those homes that were $200,000 20 years ago are now $300,000 homes. So, you know, 250 plus. So that puts you right at about Hardesty. Don't get me wrong, I painted 50 houses in Wimbledon. I painted houses all over Central Arlington. You're going to paint a lot of houses and businesses in 23 years in business painting. But the majority of the homes that I've painted and that I've always targeted, it's your target market. It's just, if you were in my business, you would do the same thing. Okay? Trying to pay our bills. It's hard freaking work. It takes a lot of intelligence. Doesn't look like it, but it does. So anyway, I'm happy to see these people are charging more. Now I can actually entertain the idea of charging more myself. I've already been forced to charge, you know, what I have to charge. I quit giving discounts and things like that. I quit giving free estimates. So with that, I'm gonna get back to work, but help me out. I posted on my Christian Painters Facebook page. I'll post it here on my YouTube channel after this video later today. But a fundraiser, it's a PayPal fundraiser. What I need to do is get a computer. I'm gonna move this just to kind of get a little better shot over there for now. And I'm checking the camera, make sure sometimes the battery runs low and it'll stop the video, stop production. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing this live. I was just talking again to one of my customers who's in the real estate industry, and she says, yeah, I mean, that's what everybody's already doing to get your homes looked at by loan officers and different people in the real estate industry. You know, they're having to just go in live on the phone, FaceTime, and show the house that way because, you know, people are working from their homes. So it's a different world today. And I have always been ahead of the curve and embraced the changes, the way life works for me. One hanging 10 to the next. Hanging 10, baby. So, yeah, it's live. Everybody has seen at least one or two live YouTube presentations where the interviewer or the host will be there live, and they can bring up pictures and talk about the pictures. They can bring up video and talk about the video. They can bring up guests and talk to their guests. So that's what I'm doing as soon as I can get my studio set up. So I'm asking you to help me out with my fundraiser. It's a PayPal fundraiser, and I may start another one. But right now it's a PayPal fundraiser. It runs through August, which is my birthday. My birthday is August 28th. All of my money, my entire life savings has gone to taking care of my grandson. Woe is me, right? I don't care. I don't want to tell woe is me stories. I just have needs. And if I can get my studio set up, I will do live home service, primarily painting consultation, but home service, live videos. And I can answer all your questions live there on YouTube. Now I can do that just on the phone, but you know, hey, if we're gonna take the time, why not? And then the other thing is I make a little money off of YouTube, so I would like to build that up and potentially make more money. So yeah, it is about building up my YouTube channel and building my business that way. There's no more phone books anymore. You have to have something to have your name out there where your customers can find you. So it's all of that, but it's next level also, where the next wave in our home service world is going to be exactly what I'm talking about. You will contact your landscaping people, your house painters, your roofers. You will contact them live on video, and that's how you're. That's how we're going to compensate. It's that simple. We got to figure out a way to compensate and make all this work for everybody, and that's what it is. So here's to the new frontier. Thank you, Jesse Freeman. Jesse Freeman. I hope you don't mind me after ranting here. Jesse Freeman, massage therapist and my personal friend for many, many years. Beautiful, wonderful person in Mansfield, Texas. He's actually at Darrod's. He's at Darrod's. So, hello, Darrod. He's at Darrod's here in Arlington off of Bowen and I-20. Go see Jesse Freeman. And here's to the new frontier with my grandson, Phoenix. Anybody ever watch the German in Venice? Venice Beach? The German in Venice Beach. Why, he is German and he is on the beach in Venice, California. That's my customer. Customers here. They are the Germans in Arlington, Texas. And talk about frontiers, new frontiers. One of the most well-known chiropractic doctors in Arlington. Arkansas and Fielder Wood. These white spots are obviously old, probably cheaper caulking from just a few years ago or something. Up here at the top, definitely going to pull any of that out to come out. Really good about getting that sealed. I don't know about sealing the whole building, but certainly the areas I'm working in, I can guarantee you no water will come through there for years. By the way, this building is for rent. There's an office space up here, available for rent. It's just been recently remodeled, new floors, new paint, everything. And then there's also this garage space. Three bays here. 3 bays. I'll be done with the paint this week, and then I'll be working inside next week. And so within 2 weeks, they are ready to go. Like this, you don't want to remove that mortar. The building might fall in the process. Just good. I love that my grandson, when he draws colors, he makes sound like me. He goes, woo! Who does that? point is that guaranteed most painters aren't going to do what I'm doing. They're just going to remove the big chunks, and you know, I wouldn't be wrong in doing that. Remove the big chunks, pop it in, and go. But I'm making sure that I check every freaking seam with my hand and with my eyes, making sure that I'm removing all the loose block. Of course, if there's loose anything, it's got to come off. But silicone caulk in here. Now this is great for like attention deficit disorder. My particular type is I like to stay focused, like I'm focused now. But I'm also able to bounce around a little bit. Okay, so this is a big giant chunk of silicone here. Should definitely leave it in there. I'm going to push it back. Push it back. All right, the sun is upon us. My camera has probably already died from being too hot. All right, there we go. Leave it right there for just a little bit. I'll probably let this video run just a little longer. I know it's only so exciting watching me scrape. Not near as exciting as power washing or actually painting. So I'm going to invite you tomorrow to join me for painting. The idea is that I've got to get all this prep work done today. So I'll work here till the sun comes over on this side and it's just too hot. I'll go home, take a shower, take care of a little business, get something to eat, and then I'll be back this evening. So I'll work at least 2 or 3 hours this evening, trying to make sure I have all the prep ready. And then tomorrow morning, I would like to just be able to tape off and start spraying. And if I can do that, then yeah, I'm in pretty good shape, right? And then that's what I need. So it's going to be a long day of working. So just letting you know, I'm going to film here on this for just a little bit longer. If anybody needs their house painted, please call me. I do not run a crew, neither does most any other painter. Go to Sherwin-Williams and Kelly Moore. Most of the business owners are like older guys like me, having to do it themselves, because that's what's going on in this economy. The other are what I call subsidized labor, people that get free rent, free housing, free food, free medicine, and that's what you call subsidized labor. And so the government uses that subsidized labor to build roads and all their shit. So do all the commercial buildings. You go to any, you're right here in Fort Worth, find a building, they're digging 20 stories into the ground and 50 stories high, and whatever company that is, the majority of people working for that company are actually getting free housing and free food and all that. So it's called subsidized labor, America, or slavery. So get you one of those guys and keep a real close eye on them, and don't pay them until they're done. You can even pay them by the day, but don't pay them until they're freaking done. That's my advice, is don't pay them until the job is complete. Make that clear up front. And you can pay a down payment that covers materials and enough groceries for the 3 or 5 days they're going to be on your job, and then save at least 50%, at least, if not more, 50% for the end of the job as a final payment. And that way, if they don't get the job done, you have your money to hire someone to complete that job. It is a rough economy. But if you have a smaller job, 2 or 3 rooms that you need painted inside, I'm your boy. That's me. I will come myself. If you have, like a complete interior, I've got a customer who I'm going to be contacting. She's the one I was telling you about building her house. She's going to need paint. So if you need a complete interior paint and you're not in a huge rush, I have trained a lot of professional painters that I can hire and bring onto a job with me and get complete interiors done. But keep in mind, these are professional painters, and I pay them $300 a day. That's what they cost me, because I trained them. They're the best in the best, completely self-sufficient, don't have to tell them what to do. And so that's $300 a day, even when they're working side by side with me. So, or I would say especially, because it costs more to just subcontract out a job. So anyway, that's how I do it. If you have small jobs, preferably interior paint, no, I don't like sheetrock repairs. I do them but I've always done them as a means to paint walls. Uh, in this economy, got tons of people needing sheetrock repairs and all that. Well, that's not, I mean, I had to charge for it, okay? It's enough just painting a building, all right? Or painting walls and ceiling and trim. Doing sheetrock repairs is a complete different trade. It goes hand in hand. We've always done them, but keep in mind, I'm used to, woe is me. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to put myself out there in ways that are not, that are going to cost me and not benefit me. So sheetrock repairs is one of them. Be prepared. I don't care if it's me or the next guy. Call your painters. Sheetrock repairs cost a lot of money. All right, so if you need sheetrock repairs, I'm happy to do them, but they cost a lot of freaking money. All right, it's a lot of time. And paint is no exception. Paint's a lot of time. It costs me money. It costs you money. All right, so let's film and move this out of the way. My grandson, for the record, is the Siren Hunter. So for him, the Siren Hunter. Okay, I've already cleaned most of this. I'm just going over it with this larger 5-in-1 here. See if I can see anything else out of there. There it is. Look how picky I am. And that's what I was saying, is I do more than anybody I know. It's simple, because I care about my job. I've never done any of my jobs not realizing that this is my customer. You know, this is someone that's going to do business with me again in the future, and someone who, you know, you have neighbors, you have family. You know, hey, I'm not a traveling salesman. I established my business to be in business. So that means I take care of my customers. You know, sometimes I wanted to start mentioning names, especially when I'm over here, because you know, I've got Facebook friends and customers and YouTube subscribers that I know are right here. So if you're watching, say hi, and then I'll know it's cool to say hi publicly back on the YouTube feed. Don't get me wrong, when I get my studio set up, you guys are fair game. I'm going to be calling you on the phone. Hey, get on here. Let's talk about your experience. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm so proud of my work. I've got thousands of customers. And, you know, a couple of them have definitely been thieves, crooks. So with the exception of them, you know, I'm very excited always to hear from all of my customers. That's all we got. What our customers think of it. Because they're the ones that hire us. They tell their neighbors, they tell their family. float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, gotta juke and jive and stay alive on your feet. I'm on the lookout for the knockout punch. I'm on the lookout for the knockout punch. Oh yeah, on the lookout for the knockout punch. I'm on the lookout for the knockout punch. You know there got to be peace in order to survive. There's got to be a whole lot of love in your life. Just a little peace, a little hope will get you by. Just a little peace and a little hope will get you by. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I gotta juke and jive and stay light on your feet. I say I float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I gotta juke and jive and stay light on your feet. On the lookout for the knockout punch. That's on the lookout for the knockout punch. That's my new juice drink, knockout punch. I'm on the lookout for the knockout punch. I'm on the lookout for the knockout punch. You know it's real. It is real over here. Woo! All right. Well, the sun is consuming. This is how much shade time I've got left. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off this camera. I'm gonna bring you over here and show you up close what's going on. This is that silicone caulking I was talking about. Just push that back in there, it'll be fine. Here's this large crack after being cleaned out. Here's some of the other areas. And then here's some of, like, this is what we're working with. See, this is all over the building. And that's just mortar. That's not a caulking issue, that's mortar. So that's what we're working with. That's what I've been working on. Here's this. After being scraped, that's a lintel. And so I'm gonna turn off the camera and pick right back up right here. Start cleaning all that out. Come down this way, clean up around that door. Hop back up there, clean all that out, clean that lintel over here. So hopefully I can get to this point here before the sun comes up over the building, because once that happens, I can come over here and work in the shade at least another, hour, 30 minutes or an hour, we'll see. And so if I can get all of this scraped out today, I can definitely get it all caulked in tonight. But I don't know if I'll have time to get my primer on my doors done, which is what I really need to do. So, long day of hard work here. Thank you very much for joining me for a Christian Painter's YouTube video. Live streaming, baby. This is the future. It goes back on a business level to phone books. We don't have phone books anymore. So as a business owner, you have to find a way to stay relevant. Keep your name out there and available for when people do want to find you. And like it or not, because I don't like it. That's the internet. So I just embrace it because there's no other option. And then in the process of embracing it, I also enjoy it because I enjoy life, and I'm just determined to enjoy the things that I enjoy. Laugh at the things I find humorous, and enjoy everything as it is enjoyable. All right, so the live stream, live studio, please consider donating so that I can get my studio set up. I've got to buy a computer, 2 monitors. I've already got a good enough microphone and even interface and a little board. I could definitely use a better board. That board's seen some better days. But whatever all it is that I need, and then I got to do StreamYard, and I've got to set up a website for it. So there's a lot of stuff, really. But the numero uno, is just to get my studio set up so I can get online to help you, my customers, answer all your questions live. So that 2 things. Anyone else who happens to be paying attention and has the same types of questions, around the world. I've got over, I've got about 3,200 subscribers. But that's just subscribers. When you look at my algorithms, man, 99% of the people who watch videos on my YouTube channel aren't subscribers. I'm missing so many subscribers just because I don't. Do you ever hear me say, hit that like button, share, subscribe? Some of my videos I do, but so anyway, it's to build up my YouTube channel and my social media platforms so that my number is always available to people trying to find me. That's what, I get out of it. And then 2 is I get a little AdSense money. So if I can build up my YouTube channel, it's a little more AdSense money for me. But mainly it's to keep my number relevant. But more important, is helping people. There is truly a need. You may not know it, but if you ever need a professional house painter or a professional roofer, a professional home service, anything, pool maintenance person. Some of those guys are a nightmare and can cost you, you know, your swimming pool, your motors, stuff like that. So your enjoyment, how about that? Your good time, that's what you get your swimming pool for. So anyway, it's very important to be informed, and that's who I am. I've got in this brain uh, a lifetime of home service information, especially for house painting and color consultation. So I'll be doing that live on YouTube, and also free estimates. You'll be able to call in. I'll bring you up on the screen. You'll be able to show me your home, your painting needs, and we'll just share it live with the world and give you an estimate right there on the YouTube live stream, which, you know, keeps my costs down. I'm not having to drive, so, you know, I save $20 in gas, at least $10 in gas. I save, you know, at least an hour's time. You're driving to someone's house, you're spending 30 minutes to an hour with them there. And I know you don't think you are. You think, it doesn't take that long. No. You always end up spending 30 minutes or an hour with every customer that's, you know, serious. And so there's all of that. Well, I want to spend my 30 minutes or an hour with you live on YouTube. And like it or not, whether I like it, whether you like it, it doesn't matter. That is the future. You can watch me live stream on your television from the convenience of your living room while you're at work, and you can comment live on your cell phone. It's a wonderful process when needed or when you want to enjoy it. Like, say you're watching, I watch some true crime shows. I watch Gisela K. If you're into true crime, following true crime cases. I'm not really into it, but for my mind, you know, the way my brain works, yeah, I like justice. I believe in equality, justice for all, freedom for all. And like, there's a kid named Edgar Hoy. Edgar's his last name, Hoy. Oh my goodness, I feel horrible. It's just Matthew Hoy Edgar, out of East Texas. Just last couple of years ago, he killed his girlfriend, but last January he's on the run. Okay, so he's on the run right now. Freaking murderer, punk murderer kid, we know is a fucking murderer. Excuse my language. You know, he needs to be caught. I don't agree with the judicial system. I think paying judges is criminal. I think paying off judges and paying off attorneys that do favors for judges and all of that is criminal. I think that's more criminal than anything else. So I think that our judicial system is wrought with crime. If you want to rid crime from the streets, start in the courthouse. That's the worst crime right there. Having to pay off a judge, having to pay off an attorney because you made a mistake. Now, killing someone's not a mistake. Driving 70 miles an hour in a 55, it can be a mistake. Many of us make that mistake. All right, so anyway, Matthew Hoy Edgar. So I'm not really into true crime, but if you were interested, Gisela K, she gave me a shout out. I comment on her live streams, so that's where I'm coming from. There are many. I also listen to Jason Green, Waste Some Time with Jason Green. He's a music related show. He interviews popular 80s rock and metal bands. So whether it's Waste Some Time with Jason Green or whether it's Gisela K, her channel is Grizzly True Crime. Grizzly True Crime, Gisela K. You can watch these live stream shows sitting in your living room on your television, and you can comment from your phone. I should give a shout out to, my first inspiration for live streaming. It goes back, but the first person I saw it do it in this newest format through StreamYard was Mark Vorenbarger, the Foraging Texas. That's his website, is Foraging Texas. That's his book. That's how you'll find him on Facebook and YouTube, Foraging Texas. But he quit doing his live stream for that, like regularly, weekly. I think he has a new one called I Drink and Talk or something like that. I believe it's a home, a beer-based show, craft beer-based show. But either way, Mark, shout out. Thank you for all your help. Gisela K, thank you so much for everything that you do and for giving me shout outs. And finally, Jason Green, you rock. Okay, I'm going to end this and I'm going to get back to work. You can see the amount of shade I have left to work in. And I got a lot of work to do. Okay, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. When you need a professional painter, you know who to call. Christian Painters, 817-473-0310. Thank you for watching.